everybody, Josh the RV Nerd up here in Ludington, Michigan, hanging out at our Bish's RV store with the first, I finally got a chance to put one of these on camera, a 240BHXL. We're looking at it in Salem blue today as opposed to Wildwood bronze, but they're the exact same camper in case you were curious. This is a fantastic model. So even fully max loaded, it should work very nicely for most tow package half tons, not all. You always want to check the capacities of your vehicle. Let's put safety before the sale always, first and foremost. Secondly, we have an enclosed underbelly on this thing. We are carpetless, even in the slide out. But this one, what it does is it gives us private sleeping. It gives us half-ton size. It gives us big bunks for the kids. It gives us a direct entry bathroom and a mini camp kitchen, just packed full of features. And they did it in a way where the storage doesn't flat suck. This thing is a stone cold killer. We're looking at the beautiful 23 updates. I'm very happy with the new look of these. They look lighter and brighter, and they feel like camping and fun to me. God forbid camping feels like fun a little bit, you know. What do you think about the new bigger bed that they have put in here? They've also put a mirrored face on the fireplace, so if you get down low, you can see what you look like before the neighbors do. Then you can toast your eyebrows while you're doing it. Really advanced cutting edge stuff, thinking on the bleeding edge of the razor on these Salems and Wildwoods here today. It does have a couple hiccups and hangups. I'm going to show you, like, I'll let you know, it's a step-up slide. Some people ain't going to like that. It's got a few other things that you might go, It's got a couple other things that might make you go, ooh. But I'm going to let you decide what's good, what's not. You let me know what's good, what's not. And hit subscribe if you appreciate how I showcase those things for you. Now, this isn't intended to be the biggest, most spacious camper. This is something where you're like, listen, we might camp a couple times a year. I want some decent comforts and some decent space while I'm doing it. Whether you're upgrading from like a pop-up or no slide or getting your first camper, this thing just really seems like a good option for me. And frankly, this is something I could see my family in. Now, the ceiling lights right here, they are actually on a dimmer function, which is kind of cool. Of course, I got to actually put my finger on the switch there, and you can see it die down. You just hold your finger on the switch again, you hold it, and it goes up and down, you tap it, and it goes in and out. So you've got all your lights on one switch. Up on the roof, you do have a roof solar prep plug, and it is a walkable roof, by the way, and that's where a charge controller could be located. Currently, at the time of this filming, the Salem Wildwood group, in their sticking tins here in Xlite Cruise Light Salem Wildwood, they do not offer factory solar. I think that's a mistake. That's my 2 cents. I need your input to share that with the factory brand manager, though. I pleaded my case, and he's not necessarily against it, but I've learned through experience that when you folks at home start chiming in, they start listening because you're the ones that actually spend the money. Now, this is 6.5 foot tall inside. This is the little brother Salem Wildwood, not the big brother that's 6'9". You have the same centralized air conditioning, though, and the same accent. Actually, you've pretty much got the same everything. Ceiling height's a little different, slide's a little different. We'll talk about that when we go outside, but notice it is carpetless, and I like when manufacturers do this. That open pocket below the bench seating just kind of makes it all look and feel bigger. Some new flooring for 23. I kind of like the look of it. I think it ritzes the place up a little bit. And back here, I love it when manufacturers give us like an open air ladder wall. This is interesting. I kind of like how there's the whole like, hold on, Martha, a little, grab handle at the top here. But it's basically, like steel. It's very sturdy, very stable, but it's very minimal as well. Now, by the way, that is not a folding cargo bunk. So that bunk does not flip up. You just have like a long storage compartment there. That would probably be good for things like some sliding totes or something like that. I could see being a very good option in there. They've touched up the cabinet color a little bit. I'd like to know what you think about that as well. We're going to get to see all of the storage open in just a minute. Real quick note while we're staring at it. We're looking at the default larger 12-volt DC compressor fridge, but there is also a gas electric two-way swaption. It is, however, only a 6 cubic foot as opposed to the 10 that we're looking at here. So it's a give and a get. Now, speaking of give and get, I'm going to give you a tour of this bathroom, and you're going to get a tour of this bathroom. Generous, I know. The long-leggedness of this bathroom is fantastic. The fluffy friendliness of it might be in question because they don't have like a traditional shower curtain. It's sort of like one of those plastic curtains on a track. that can sometimes interfere with your elbow work when you're utilizing the butt napkins, you know what I mean? And because this is 6.5 foot tall, that means I do have to stand with my head in the bubble of that shower. Thankfully, it is very centrally located, so I really didn't feel like I was in jeopardy of knocking my noggin anywhere. Not that I've never done that, not that it seems to hurt me. And by the way, that is a full, like, medicine cabinet, not just the mirror on the wall over here. And both here in the bathroom and the bedroom, they do have their own little handy room night switch. And of course, you have the one switch lighting for the main cabin. Now, this is a small step-up slide, not the most severe. That is just kind of, that's one of the things that defines the Cruise Lite and the Xlite Salems and Wildwoods separately from the, what I don't know, for lack of a better phrase, full, proper Salem and Wildwood. And again, I'll dive into that detail more in a minute. A lot of these bunkhouses in this class really suffer from lack of campside windows. They're just, it just is 16-inch, man, I don't even know that's 16 inches. That's small. That might be like a 12-inch easy bake oven. You can maybe cook a pigeon if you hit one on the way you have a squat. By the way, a dove is just a pigeon with privilege. Neither here nor there. Big giant shoe garage ledge under, well, I guess not ledge, opposite a ledge. Whatever's under a ledge, the space below a ledge, below the electric space heat and fireplace, which is now a mirrored front, entertainment wall across the bedroom privacy wall. And like I said, this one actually brings some serious storage, and the way they did it is kind of like right here's a big, big difference. That's a massive, massive pantry, linen, whatever you need. There's storage below that U-dinette with those totes that you see. Of course, we got that big refrigerator. It does have limited drawer space in this one, but that's because of the outside camp kitchen. So that's kind of, again, there's a little bit of a push and a pull. I do really appreciate, though, that there's a good space there for a wastebasket. Did you also notice some easy reach household outlets right over here in the kitchen? Now, you notice how they're mounted right in the walls. That's actually one of the interesting benefits of a stick and tin camper that laminated RVs typically don't have. Because these walls are essentially hollow, they can very easily run wiring for outlets, whereas a lot of laminated RVs, they always put the outlets under overhead cabinets, well, most of the time, because, you know, it's just the easiest way for them to do it. Problem is, appliances keep coming with shorter and shorter cords, and some of them, I swear, you pretty much need like an extension cord just to be able to plug in the coffee pot half the time. Now, moving up into the private bedroom. Stop it, door. Stop it. Yeah, you like that? You don't like the taste of my wedding ring, do you, jerk? I forgot I'm recording. I'm such an idiot. I literally just talk to myself like this. Like, people say, you know, all the time, like, you know, you have X number of followers or whatnot. It's weird to me because basically my job consists of me walking around talking to myself and then people comment on it. So I don't know. That's my life. This is certainly not the career path I expected as a child. But hey, here we are. Oh, hold on. I don't want to make you motion sick, so I want to let you know we're moving back up real quick. I didn't mention, but all the windows, with the exception of the kitchen window, have those nice blackout roller shades, which is kind of cool. And again, light switch right here for the bedroom. Now, how many times, if you're a regular returning member of the RV Nerd Herd, have you ever told me or heard me say, it's a camp queen, but you could put a true queen in here? Yeah, well, Wildwood said, all right, let's do it. But they went a little bit beyond. This is actually what's called an Olympic queen. And I'm going to show you some of the storage aspects while I'm talking about this. It's 66 inches wide. It's between a queen and a king. And this exact mattress is 78 inches long, which is odd. And of course, it has these rounded corners, which makes replacing it with an exact thing a little difficult. But the thing is, if we get this out of the way, you notice how the mattress overhangs that plywood bed base a little bit? That is still 60 inches wide. So if you wanted to swap in a 60 by 80 true queen bed, you just have a couple inch gap on either side of the bed, and then you've got your headboard power pockets with the household and USB outlets beside that for your, you know, plugging in your phones or your fans or whatever have you. So they've finally made this more like tall person friendly. And if you don't like the weird size bed, put a true queen in it. Frankly, this is a backbreaker wafer of death mattress anyway, that, folks, chances are you're at least going to put a foam topper on it regardless. Now, this one's slide closed road mode travel access doesn't suck, but it is two-stage. The front door that you're going to use most of the time at your campsite, that will get you up to the front private bedroom. For everything else, we need to use door number 2, which is a fitting name, I think, considering the room that it walks us through. But the bathroom entry door out here, this is our other travel access door. And if you slide through here, you know, we can get ourselves right to the kitchen. And if you walk in and close the door behind you, well, then you can get to the bunks. Kind of like we're looking at right now. Although you lose the ladder, you just, you know, climb up the lower bunk into the upper bunk, and you can make it work for a little travel stop, I think. And if you're new with me here, and you appreciate that I close this up and show you around, show you what you can do, what you can't do, how easy or how not easy it is, or the bed conversation, or the step-up slide, or whatever, hit that subscribe button. And if you've already done that in the past, like our video. Or, lately here, people have been just leaving me notes and thanks, nerd. Now let's start by getting to the bottom of things. We have that enclosed armored accessibility. These are, right there, perfect, there's a seam. Sectionalized belly panels where, let's say, God forbid, you need some work underneath. You can drop individual panels or have a service technician do that without needing to drop the entire underbelly. And then when it gets put back in place, it doesn't look like somebody took a shop razor and just hacked apart the, you know, polypropylene underbelly that most campers have. The new look, actually, look at this. I've got a perfect before and after here for you. It didn't look bad. But here's the gray skin that they had for the 22s, and here is what they're doing for 23. Personally, I think it looks and feels fresher, lighter, brighter, but that's just my 2 cents. I didn't dislike the gray look. I'd be curious to know what you think, though. Up front here, we got that power tongue jack doing the heavy lifting for us, and you might have noticed those strong arm stabilizer jack legs. What's really cool, Lite, or Xlite, as Wildwood calls it, these are the little brother, but frankly, the only thing really different about them is just the slide out. So that step-up slide, because it doesn't have a ram bar punching through the chassis, allows them to build this with a lighter weight slide that rides on a smaller chassis frame. And what that allows for is a lot of savings in money and weight. It's also, it rides lower to the ground. I really thought there was going to be something hanging around the corner over there. Although if I was smart, I'd have realized all that stuff, including that little cordless jack drill bit, so you can NASCAR pit crew these stabilizer jacks over here. I would have noticed that's already there. But what I'm getting at is, you know, it's the little brother in size and stature only. The smaller floor plans tend to be Lites. The bigger floor plans tend to be a full Salem or Wildwood. Other than that, the equipment is the same between them, which is nice. But you get a 2-step instead of a 3. It rides lower to the ground. It has a lower overall upper end clearance. And they all lack windows in the doors. Wah, wah. Little miniature camp kitchen under the kitchen counter of this one, which is kind of cool because it gives us a camp kitchen and an outside bathroom entry door. And by the way, this little guy right here, it does come with one of those little springy, swirly garden hose sprayer jobs, technical term, obviously. Now, as we talked about inside, we have a direct entry bathroom door out here. You can always leave that screen door open, you know, and or air in place and open the main door in case you really got to air it out, depending on what kind of damage you're doing here. But remember, you have your choice between pooping with friends and pooping alone because you have a deadbolt locking door there. Those are the technical terms for that, by the way. I don't make up the rules, I just reflect them. Regardless, moving on here. I need to do a quick little, oops, they missed something and we caught it. We're going to get it taken care of. The 23 Salems and Wildwoods are roof ladder prepped. They are prepped with a bracket for one of those removable telescoping ladders. They forgot to put it on this camper. And I know everyone's going to just cave their head in on this video and say, I can't believe it rolled down the quality control line like that. Like, I get it. It shouldn't have happened. But if I see something, I say something. What I want you to know is that these will include that mount there for the telescopic roof ladders. Now, it is a single sewer outlet, which is cool. The one hiccup, though, with all of this riding lower to the ground, it also rides lower to the ground back here. But that's why they have these little things right there. That extends the scrub line. And I say technical term all the time. In real technical terms, I'm having a boy that cried wolf moment. If you draw a line from the bottom of that tire to the back of the bumper, that's called the scrub line. Anything that rides below that is going to get scrubbed down the ground. So they put those little pyramidal triangular flanges down there to cheat the scrub line to make sure you don't accidentally rip your sewer stuff off there. Be a little careful on speed bumps though. So like I said, first time I've ever had a chance to put this floor plan on camera, and I like it. Now, thinking about this, looking at it, like I always like to say, what is something similar? What could you compare to? It's a little bit different from most plans out there, but if you rearrange the slide a little bit, it's not unlike a 23 dBH Cherokee Grey Wolf. And I've recorded one of those not too long ago in a 22 footage, but in case you want to compare and get a general idea, I'll leave you a link in the video description, and who knows, by the time you're watching this, I might have updated footage of that one. I don't even know. Just depends on what the future brings. And my wife will tell you, I cannot read the future, I can't read her mind, I can barely read a newspaper. So take care, stay safe, have fun, and happy camping, everyone.